Okay, so another way that we can measure distance is using midpoints. The midpoint formula is x2 plus x1 divided by 2, and y2 plus y1 divided by 2. You're taking an average. You want to know what's halfway, so you take an average of that distance. So looking at this example here, we would have an ordered pair of, let's see, we would say negative 2 plus 7 divided by 2. Negative 2 plus 3. X2 and x1. Then we would say 4 plus 7 divided by 2. So if we go to simplify that, because of course we have to simplify, 3 minus 2 is 1, and 4 plus 7 is 11. And for problems like this, we can just leave them as fractions. If you need decimals, you should know 11 halves is 5 1/2, okay? Especially if we were going to graph it. We can pull it off of a coordinate plane. So if I pull it off a coordinate plane, I need that point, so that's negative 1, 6, and 5, 0. So we would say 5 plus a negative 1 divided by 2. 0 plus 6 divided by 2. So that's 4 divided by 2 and 6 divided by 2. But those can still be simplified. So remember, we want the simplest ordered pair. So this is 2, 3. We can also do this graphically. Finding midpoints graphically can also be done. We would create a right triangle just like we did with the distance formula. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we want the middle or half, we would go down 1, 2, 3. Over 1, 2, 3. And right there, where those crosshairs meet, that is your midpoint. And that ordered pair is at 2, 3. What if I give you a midpoint and an end point, and I'm asking you to find the other end point? So the way that I would solve this is I would look for a pattern. So for example, I would look at, I go from 0 to 5, so I had to add 5. So if it's truly the middle, I have to do the same thing in the opposite direction. So I'm going to add 5 more to get 10. On this side, I have to subtract 5. So to keep moving in the opposite direction, I have to subtract 5 more. So there's my other endpoint. So it's looking for a pattern. If you can find the distance to the midpoint, you should use that same distance after that midpoint. We have this worksheet to practice and continue these examples. Notice number 8 does exist. It's just a vertical line here. So we have page 31 and the back side of this page to practice the midpoint formula.